It's
Okay,
good.
now go ahead.
It's good.
Good. All right, great. That says a lot.
I think that, well, what I see is that that's a very innovative tool that they're trying to implement in the construction area. I guess they have many things to improve still, but that's the way that construction needs to follow in order to be more productive.
Exactly, yes. And I have to say that Synchro is probably one of the most powerful 4D simulation platform I have seen. It was a separate company, it's a startup company in California, and it was purchased by Bentley like 2 years ago because because of the functionality it provides. But one of the drawbacks of Synchro is the learning curve. Because it aims to provide a lot of functions such as cash flow analysis, earned value analysis, plus very fancy simulation. Siqi actually didn't show some of the simulation I have seen before. They were able to show how the rebar was tied up and how the concrete were pulled, at that level. But because of that, the learning curve is really long. I know you guys have a long day, but unfortunately, I'm going to teach you another 4D simulator in the next hour. But it's much easier. It's a Navisworks-based simulation. As you will see, the learning curve is much shorter for Navisworks, but of course, the functionality is not as good as Synchro. But the general principles are very similar. So basically, you have a 3D model. It's a BIM model from your Revit, and you have a schedule. So that schedule can be from, let's say, Primavera or from Microsoft project or from an Excel spreadsheet, and you just need to link them together. So you basically just have to say, hey, I'm referring to this particular 3D object, like a columns, and I'm referring to this particular activity. So there must be a way to link them together. Synchro uses the concept of a resource. And that's actually an additional step for you to link them together because it asks you to create a resource group for the 3D objects and then link the activity to the resource group. Navisworks links them directly. But I understand why Synchro is doing that because if you have a bigger project, if you have so many things to manage, it's a better way to organize, different objects, different information. But anyway, let's do Navisworks, okay? So I'm going to share my screen now. And so please go to your UF Canvas and go to week 7 here, October 15, the week 7. And then go to week 7 lab tutorial Navisworks for 4D BIM, go there. And this one is the tutorial, this, all right? And this one is the file that you need to download. Please download all the 5 files from this folder, all the 5 files here. So basically here, let me see. Yeah, basically these 3 things are the 3D models we're going to use. And this is the schedule we're going to use. So it's just a simple Excel. So let me open that. Okay, so as you can see, this is just the most simple one. Even it just wastes the actual start and end day, and also the activity ID, the name. So it's a schedule. So what we're going to do today is to send this one to Navisworks and send the 3D model in Navisworks, link them together so we can run a simulation. So please download the files first, and then open your Navisworks. Once again, it's Navisworks manage to manage, not Navisworks manage BIM 360 or Navisworks manage, there's not Navisworks Freedom. Please only open the Navisworks manage, okay? Let me open that.
Do we have to download all the files?
Yes, please download all the files. Let me see. Yes, we need to download all the files. But in fact, I guess, yeah, please download all the files, but I don't think we are using all of them for some reason. Oh, some of the files are created by, okay, so when you import a Revit file, so the Navisworks create a copy of that. That's why we have 5 files. But in fact, you know, we just need 3 files. But anyway, download all the files and open your Navisworks. Did I? Where's my Navisworks? No. My Navisworks is not opening. Come on, don't do this.
Which one do we have to open, the 360 or the normal one?
The normal one, not the 360. Shoot. Yeah, my Navisworks is not opening. I was able to open that like 5 minutes ago during the break. But why is doing this? Okay, guys, let me try it one more time. If it's not working, I have to restart my computer. Okay, great. All right, now I have it. Okay, so once it opens, it looks like this, right? So the first step is to append the files. So we want to append the building RVT file and the site DWF file, which is the AutoCAD file. So let me just click this append, and let me go find the folder, the files I downloaded. So I use the control button and select this project 05 office building RVT and this site. Let me see where's, oh, and this site DWF file. Okay, so this RVT file and this site DWF file, and just go open. Give it a second. So Navisworks is converting the 2 files into NWC, the format that Navisworks is using.
So Dr. D, what files? So the office,
Is
the
this?
nav.
Yeah, so let me go open them. Class here, tutorial. So you want to append this one, the office building RVT file, and this one, the site.dwf file. These 2 files, append these 2 only. All right, so now this is how it looks like. And basically this part is the RVT file, the building, and this is the DWF file. This is just the site. And that's why we use the append to get them together. So the first thing you notice is the building is not properly positioned. You know, this is the parking lot, the building should go their way. It happens all the time because usually the files were created by different parties, different companies. And if they don't coordinate their design process well, they don't use the same origin point in their model, it happens, okay? So the first thing is we want to somehow move this one, align them, okay? So just select the ground. So we are selecting the site and then right click it and go to units and transform. Transform means you can move it. And here you can basically just move
How did you upload the file?
You just go append and then select the 2 files. Yes, here. Let me see, go to unit from transform. I forgot how to transform. So here we are changing the origin point. Let me try 10. So 10 is removing the wrong way. So probably should be -10. So the building is moving this way a little bit. And then let me go try this one. Let me see, 15. No, that's the wrong direction. So it should be -15. All right, it's better, but it's probably, so I'm trying the numbers, but I'll show you the correct number. Negative 25 is probably the good number. All right. And this is probably negative 15. So let me rotate that. Now it looks much better. So
are we using Navisworks 2020 or
2020, I'm using 2019. 2020 is definitely okay.
okay?
Yeah. Okay, so if you have appended two files and if you are trying to move the site, right click this one, go units and transform and put the three numbers here, change the origin of the site model to negative 15, negative 25 and 0. And if you click OK, now the building and the sites are lined up better. Once it's loaded, you can see it, all the components from here. That's the RBT file we loaded. That's the DW file loaded. If you unfold that, you can definitely see like different levels and different parts. This will be how we link it to the schedule. Okay, so now let's check let me close this one. Let's check the UI now. So you see here is the selection tree. So it basically shows the corresponds with the 3D model. And this is the 3D model view. And this is the schedule. You know, it's very similar to a Primavera or Microsoft project. It shows the activity list and the Gantt chart here, okay? So definitely you can just manually create a schedule here, like create an activity, type in the name and define the start day and end day and the finish to start relationship. Of course, we already have the schedule, so we can just load it. So we go to data sources and go to IDE. Now you can see you can add a CSV file, which is Excel, Microsoft project, different versions of that, and a P6 schedule. So let's use CSV file. And let's go find the file we downloaded. Let me see here, class here. Tutorials project file, and this is the file I downloaded. Okay, so in this folder basically shows that here are the columns I have in the Excel. Okay, that's the column I have in the Excel spreadsheet, and this one is the titles or the headlines Navisworks provide. So now we need to tell Navisworks which is what. So let's say task name. I'm opening this one, is the Dropbox. I believe the task name in the Excel should mean the name in my Navisworks. Make sense? So display ID should mean display ID in my Navisworks. Task type in the Excel should mean the task type in my Navisworks. Okay, so I'm just doing that. Find the same name or similar name. So plan start day should be the plan start. See, it's a little bit different because whoever created this Excel schedule just didn't use the default name given by Navisworks, but you know they refer to the same thing. Okay. Similarly, I'm using the Dropbox and find plan end. Okay, and see actual start, actual end. The reason we are having the plan start and plan actual start is we are always late. Sometimes we are ahead of schedule, but the plan schedule is one thing, but the actual schedule is another thing. So material cost, do we have that? If no, then we can definitely skip that. It's not that important. So if every cost is not, let me see here. So nothing is like that. Okay, then let's go. Okay, all right. So here's the thing. Once you do that, unfortunately, you have to refresh our data source and just say rebuild task hierarchy. Okay. It tells you something are missing Synchro IDs. That's totally fine. It's okay. Okay, so once that is done, go back to our tasks. Now you'll see your schedule like a magic. So now you have the activities, you have the start day and everything. Okay, so
do we do rebuild task hierarchy or synchronize?
Yes, you want to rebuild the hierarchy. The hierarchy means, you know, something you can fold and fold. Okay, so once again, when you install, add a new data source, like import a schedule here, don't forget to refresh. I don't know why Navisworks wants you to do this additional step, but you have to do it. So edit this source and refresh. Then you can see all the tasks here. All right. So now let's see how it looks like. I'm going to make this part larger since I'm working on the schedule right now. So I'm just making this one larger. You can see I have the schedule, the list of activities. I'll have the Gantt charts ready, but I know the hierarchical structure is not correct because this set work is here and the ground, HRA roads, curbs, all the way to the white line should be the sub-tasks underneath the set work. Make sense? So this one should be level 1, this activity should be level 2. So I need to somehow clean up my schedule here to rebuild the hierarchy, okay? So it's very easy, like I mentioned, like I said, you know, you just basically select this activities, use the shift button or control button and just indent them, which means you are making them, see, the sub activities of this set work, all right? And similarly, for level 1, I know for sure the columns, panels, mullions, doors, floors, walls, this should be the level 1 components. So I'm going to indent them. Now
So
you
Dr. D,
see,
for me, the indent symbol is like disabled.
you have to
for the
select
task.
them so you can indent.
Yeah, I selected.
You select the activity and the indent is grayed out.
Yeah, it's still not, it's only telling outdent, but indent is
If you
disabled.
select the highest level, you can only do the outdent. You have to select the sub level of that. So let's say if you select set work, you cannot indent. You can only
Oh,
outdent.
okay.
Okay. So let's say, of course, you can do the outdent. Let me see. It's the same thing. So you can outdent this level 2, then make sense. So you can indent the sub activities or outdent the level 1 activity. So you see it's different. This is how we show level 1 schedule and level 2 schedule. So let me use the outdent. So now I have level 3 through level 6. Unfortunately, my scheduler didn't add any activity for them, but it's okay. We can do that later. So I'm just going to select everything and just say outdent, which means I'm promoting them to level 1 activity. So now you see these are becoming this kind of bars automatically. Okay, and then level 5 should be, they are all level 1, right? Yes, they are the first level. And then let me just indent this panels, mullions, floors, framing for level 6. So that's, oh, I see. Set finish, it should be doing that. Okay, so since I used the outdent, I'm just going to outdent this set finish level 6. So now let me show you, if I just unfold everything, now it's becoming a very clear schedule for me, showing that I just have set work. I think I did something wrong with the level 3 through 5. I'm going to correct them. So now it shows the set work, shows the level 1, level 2 as this kind of a black bar. It shows the level 1. Level 3 should be a, something wrong here.
I guess those should be outdented.
Yeah, it should be outdent, but somehow I cannot outdent that. I think it's, I also did it wrong. Should be, this should be level 1 activity. Yeah, we can fix that later. So once we add sub activities for them, we can definitely outdent them or indent their sub activities. So this level 1. Okay, yeah, let's fix that later. So now we recreated a structure of like different levels of the activity. Now let's start doing the link. So like I mentioned in Synchro, they add an additional step of creating the resource group. But in Navisworks, it's very straightforward. It just is a matter of selecting them. So let me show you how to do it. So I'm going to make this part larger. And if you see attached. Okay, this is how we link the activities. So first, let's select the 3D objects, but it's very easy to find the 3D objects here. So that's why we want to use the selection tree. So let me find, this is for side work. So I'm going to find the side. Okay, and this is ground. So let me find the ground. Here's the ground, right? Of course, if you want to do more activities, you can add more activities here and link them here. But now it seems like I just have one thing called the ground. So I'm going to select the ground and I'm coming here, right click this button and just say attach or append. So attach means there's nothing linked to this activity yet. You can just append that, attach that. And if you want to add another thing, you use the append, okay? So I'm just going to use either attach or append, okay? So now Navisworks knows I'm linking this 3D object, this guy, to this activity. And if you can see this one. And if you think it's wrong, you can definitely just right click that and just say clear the attachment. So basically just remove the linkage between the 3D object and activity. So I'm just going to do the same thing for HRA role and finding the HRA roles, make sure this is something I would like to link. And I find the activity here and right click. I just do either attach or append. That's it. So same thing, curves. That's the curves. Make sure they look correct. And come in here and just say attach. Runway. Let me find my runway and come here and just say attach. Traffic island. Come here, just say attach. So now you can see it's easier than Synchro in terms of doing this linking, okay? And just say attach. So what I did is I'm telling Navisworks, you know, when you run this schedule, please run a simulation for the corresponding 3D objects, all right? And let me see, for level 5, I don't want to create any like a sub activities. I just want to show the level 5 at one time. So then you can just, instead of unfolding all the level 5 thing, you know, and select the sub activity, you can definitely just select the entire level 5 like this and go to level 5 and you can do the attach here. Make sense? So this is the granularity of your simulation. If you want your simulation looks cooler with a lot of detailed animations, showing the animation for each column, for each doors, for each window, you have to create more activities here and keep unfolding the selection tree and link each of the activity. But you can also show the animation for the entire floor, you know, if that is your purpose. So I'm, you know, like I mentioned, you can just do this. And of course, you can also select multiple 3D objects in the selection tree, use your control and link them to one activity. I don't know if you have an example like that. Let me see. Probably no. But and similarly, you can link multiple 3D objects to one activity, or if you can link multiple activities to one object. If you developed multiple activities for one thing, and definitely that's something you can do. So it's actually end-to-end relationship a lot. So let me keep doing this for level 1. So let me find level 1 here. I do have columns. I'm selecting the columns. I'm selecting these 3D objects first, and I'm going to this level 1 and just go attach. Panels here, and I'm coming here and just go attach. Mullions, attach. Doors, attach. And by the way, guys, if you keep doing this, you can see like multiple instances. Like I mentioned, if you want to create a really, really detailed simulation, you can create multiple activities for each of the doors, like this. And of course, you can just, you know, create that. But here we just simulate all the doors for this level altogether. Floors, going attach. Walls, I'm going attach. All right, so level 1 is done. Let me go to level 2. So let me see panels. Let me see panels. Mullions. Doors. Floors. Railing. Walls. Okay, now see level 3. You know, maybe I want to show the detail of level 3, but looks like I don't have any activity for level 3. And I don't want to rebuild the activity in my Excel and reload it again since I have done so much already. So then in this way, like I said, you can just create a new task. So you can basically say, insert a new task above the selected task. So let's say I want to insert activities for level 3. I'm just going to create this one. And I think I need to create how many new tasks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just basically keep doing this for 5 more times. Okay, and then I can just rename them just by single click that and then name it as panels. And the next one should be, the next one should be doors. And the floors, railings, and the walls. Now, let me see if we can indent them. All right, so now my level 3 is successfully promoted, and I'll also have a whole lot of sub-activities. Now you see, actually, I don't have any start day and an end day. So unfortunately, I have to manually select them. So I'm just going to just fix some dates here. Let me see, 2015. This is the most boring part. I'm just picking up some dates. Of course, you can use the calendar to select dates like this, but I think it's faster just tapping them. But actually, the dates doesn't make any sense. We have a whole bunch of 0-day durations. So let me just try to fix them a little bit. Let me put, I don't know, maybe 25, 26, and the 31st, 11 first, 15 is good. 11, 16, and 19, 11, 20, 12, 1. All right, so I just made up some activities and duration. So I think they look good. Of course, you can just say that's the status. The reason I have multiple status is in the simulation, you can hide certain phases. So for example, I only want to show the construction activities, or I only want to show the temporary structures. So then this one will become the filter to show only the animation you want. So for this case, I just want to change everything to construct. And you also notice that we have the actual start, the plan start. Once again, in simulation, you can show only the plan start, the planned activity, the planned schedule, or you can only show the actual schedule, or you can show both if you give them different color. Actually, showing both is really good way of communication. You can tell the subcontractors, the owner, like how far we are behind the schedule, or how far we are ahead of schedule if you carefully design your simulation. So let's say I have done all the activities input for my level 3. Now, once again, I'm going to link them. So I'm going to link this panel. And then the curtain wall mullions, doors, floor, railings, walls. All right, so looks good. So level 4, you know, I think maybe I just treat level 4 as a single activity. So I'm just going to select the entire level 4. As you can see, I'm selecting the entire level 4. I'm just going to attach. The entire level 5 is done. So let me go to level 6. I do have something for level 6. So I'm just going here, select level curtain panel. I'm selecting this one, attach. Somebody else. Attach. Floors. Some of you asked it how long it would take to develop a 4D simulation model. I think it's drawn right. Now you should have a sense. The most difficult part is actually to prepare this linkage. The most time-consuming part, not difficult part. Okay, so now see the set finish, the paving slabs. Let me see where we can find the paving slabs. Okay, here it is. So looks like we have multiple paving slabs. Okay, so here's the thing. You can use a control button to select one of them, another one of them, another one of them. I think that's block paving, no. So paving slab. Okay, I think this is part of slab. Let me select all the slabs here. So now I select multiple objects and I can link them all together to the same activity. Done. All right. Block paving, similarly, I do have multiple block paving and I'm selecting multiple of them and link them to the same objects. And cobbles, just one. Done. Okay, so as you can see, it's probably faster than Navisworks in terms of preparing the schedule. It looks good. Let's run the simulation. So let's go to simulate and let's just click the run button. Of course, you can design the setting like when you want the start date to be and the interval. Here shows the percentage, which means shows the percentage of the project duration. Okay, so it's every frame is 5% advanced in the project schedule. You can also change it to weeks, to days. So let's change it to weeks, and each frame is 1 week. And like how long you want a simulation to be. So let me see, we want this to be 30 seconds. And here it shows that, do you want to show just planned, or do you want to show the planned versus actual, the difference, or you want to show only the actual? So I'm just going to use the planned. Okay. And then let's just run simulate. Of course, during the simulation, you can just move around. You can go in, you go inside, and just look at the simulation from different angle. Okay, I think the simulation is done. Okay, let me redo that one more time from this particular angle. I really like this internal view of the building. So let me see, maybe from here. All right. So I can just use this one to go back and resimulate. Panels are down. All right, so another convenient function of the of Navisworks is to create a different viewpoint. So it's very easy for you to switch the viewpoints during the simulation. So let's go to viewpoints. Let's go to maybe this is really good angle for the project. So let me create this viewpoint. Just click this camera, go to viewpoint and click this camera, and I can name this one as outside, or maybe let's say, yeah, outside one. And then I also want to see this from the bird view like this, okay? And then I click this, the second one is the bird view one. All right, and then I can create another from this angle and just say viewpoint, let's say outside 2. And I also want to go inside. Sorry, where am I? Where's this place? Okay, should be going. Uh-oh. Okay, where's my beauty? Sorry, let me just use this pen. I'm a little lost. I really want to find the lobby area. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So maybe I can create another view from this angle. Like this, all right? So I just use this one and say inside one. All right, so I have this thing down and I can just rerun my simulation. Okay, so I can easily just switch the view of my simulation like this. Now imagine you are using this simulation to communicate with your owner, with your subcontractors. It's actually fair. It's very effective, like this. All right, so maybe the owner say, hey, you know, I really like this simulation, but can you show the entire structure in like a ghost view while it's building up? So that's about the configure. So it's very similar to the Navisworks, to the Synchro's profile. So in here, basically shows that for construct, the start is green, 90% transparent, and the end is the model appearance. So we can, and the early appearance is none. So what we can do is I go here and I change the early appearance to gray and green and 90% transparent. Oh. All right, so my Navisworks just got crashed. That's great. My goodness, I don't know if I saved that. No way. Did anybody follow up with? Do you want to reload the file? Yes, please. Oh, I lost all the linkage. Did anybody like follow my steps? Can you share your file with me? All right. Yeah, my Navisworks just crashed and lost all my connections, but we're almost there. So let me show you the last thing I want to show you. So I really want to show you the configure. I don't know what happened, guys. So let me just describe how it would look like, and I encourage you to try it in your computer. So when you change the star appearance, I don't know if I have an example here. No, when you change the star appearance to like a ghost blue, green view, then at the very beginning of the simulation, you actually see the building, and the building looks like a green, semi-transparent building. And when you run a simulation, you start to see the columns and everything to build up inside that green ghost view of the building. So a lot of people prefer to that kind of simulation, because before running all the entire simulation, they got a really good sense of how the final the finished project look like. So let me just append them. I want to show you how you export your final simulation. These two things. Okay, so let's say you are done with your simulation and everything looks good. And if you have the simulation, the Gantt chart here, and add a simulation right here, you'll just click this button. You can see my screen here, right? Let's see. Yes. Then you just click that button, this button. So this one, you will export your simulation as an AVI file, okay? Kind of like the walkthrough video. And then you just basically say the source will be the timeline simulation, render the viewpoints. And so I encourage you to create a multiple viewpoints and just select all viewpoint. And then select this as the AVI file. Don't forget to use a compressor that will significantly reduce the size of your file. So use this compressor. And FPS, frame per second. If you want a simulation to be smoother, you can increase this number. But the generation of the AVI file will take longer. And one thing, don't forget, guys, don't forget to change the resolution. I have seen so many Navisworks simulation AVI file. They look really low resolution. You can barely see anything. Don't do that. Change the widths and heights of that, and at least the 1K, so which is 1024 and 860 something. You can definitely change them to a bigger number. That will make your simulation look much better. And so you can create different viewpoints and to give more details going on inside and going on outside. So this is how the Navisworks simulator look like. So you just go to home and the timeliner. That's how you open this, the simulator here. So let's talk a little bit about your assignment. So remember, next week, we will have the class section done. And so the week after next week is week 9, we will have the 4D simulation done. So for the 4D simulation, you will be required to use a model to generate the 4D simulation. And you have to include at least one viewpoint inside and at least one viewpoint outside. Make sense? So you need to not just showing us the outside of your simulation, but also go inside and show the simulation. So I think according to the original syllabus, I said I'm going to share a model with you guys here. But now I want to talk to you guys about a different plan. So here I just say, oh, I didn't even mention that I'm going to share. Actually, originally I planned to share the simulation model, but now I want to talk with you guys. Is that okay for you guys to use your dream house project or your BIM trees project to run the 4D simulation? That would be very interesting. You can actually see how your model is built up. What do you guys think? Nobody?
I think that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so this is a team assignment. We have a teams of 2. So which means, you need to talk to your team members regarding what model you want to use. Or I can share with you a model I have. And that was my original plan. So let me know if you want to use my model. I'm going to share that with you. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to just select one model from your previous project. Talking about the number of activities, please try to do around 40 to 50 at the least. If you are doing too few, let's say I only do 10 activities, your simulation just happen like this, and the resolution wouldn't, the granularity of a simulation wouldn't be good. But if you're doing too many, let's say I created 200 activities, then it would take a long time for you to link your activities with your 3D objects. So I think 50 is a great number. It wouldn't take you long to prepare your simulation, but the simulation will also look pretty good. So the only requirement from me is try to do 50 activities for your 4D simulation. And you can pick your own model, or you can ask a model from me. Okay, and for the class detection homework, I think I submit. Go ahead.
Is it due next week?
Yes, I think so. Is that next week? Yes, next week. And here, if you check your syllabus, the week 6-7 assignment 2, it shows due on October 22nd, and you can download the file from here. And
Oh, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, sorry. So if you go to your home, and it shows at week 6-7, and this one shows week 6-7 assignment 2 due on October 22nd. You go there, and this one provides a link to the model, so you can just go download this model. It's a pretty big model, about 700 megabit, but that's a real model. And find the clash between the building components using Navisworks, and report the 10 most critical clashes and your solutions. So you have to review that and create this one and write a report. Just prepare, the 10 clashes, and just using very simple words describe how would you resolve the clashes you discovered, and submit the docs file. And so next week, each team will give 15 minutes, probably too long. Let's say 10-minute presentation each week, each team next week. So let me show you how the model looks like. It's the G3TV green facility model. Hopefully my Navisworks will allow me to open that. Here it is. Oh no, this one. Actually, I shared this model with you guys earlier, but let me just open that now. Where I put the model? Tutorials, assignment. I forgot where I put the model. Let me download that. And meanwhile, I want to show you guys this project, G3TV green facility. Like I said, this is a real world model. It's a project in Vancouver, Canada. It's the world's largest green facility. It started in November 2017, so it's still ongoing, I think. That's the silos to store all the grains, and they got the conveyor system. They also got the ship. They also got a whole lot of underground utility and a big building to distribute the grains, to sort out and distribute the grains. I think I do have another video here. Yeah, that's the site. and also 11-kilometer railway on site. Yeah, so let me see if I can open that model now. It's download, here it is. And hopefully my Navisworks is working properly. All right, so this is the model. As you can see, there are so many things going on, and this is a LOD 350 to LOD 400 model. I'm going to talk about what that means, okay? LOD, that basically means a level of development or the details you have. If you go closer, you can see there are a whole lot of details. It's a very comprehensive, very complete model. They also created a whole lot of different viewpoints from their meetings, from their discussion. And a good thing with this model is it got a lot of underground utility. So it all depends on your preference. You know, like last year, one team, I think that's a very interesting discussion. They focused on the underground utility. As you can see, there's an underground utility, and they discovered a whole lot of interesting conflicts. And that's what you want to do. You know, I don't think you can do a whole, so when you run the clash detection, remember this, if you open this one and don't try to do this and this. Make sense? If you do this, you know, like compare the entire model against itself and see what kind of clashes you discover, I guarantee you, you will crash your computer because this model is huge. So you have to talk to a team member, make a decision which area you want to focus. So maybe say, I just want to focus on this building, or maybe, you know, just one of the silos, or maybe just the top of one of the silos, or maybe like I said, you know, the underground utility. And then you just find them out and only do the clash detection for that part and find out the 10 most important clashes in your mind. Okay? Any question about this clash detection homework?
Yes, I have a question.
Sure.
So I'm still a little bit confused about the 4D assignment and the clash detection assignment. Which one is due next week?
Clash detection. It's here.
And okay.
Yeah, so if you go to home, go to syllabus, or this read first, it has a timeline here. So we are on week 7 now. So week 8 would be the due for clash detection, and week 9 would be the due for 4D.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and oh, sorry, the 4D presentation will be on week 11. Okay, guys, let me correct myself. The clash detection presentations will be next week, but the 4D presentation will be due, will be on week 11. But the model, or like the model visa simulation will be due in about 2 weeks. Make sense? So actually, I think the reason I did that is when you have a scanning homework assignment and a 4D, so both of them are fairly small assignment. The presentation, you know, are very short. So I just combined 2 presentations in one day, so which is on week 11. All right. If you guys have no more questions, okay, I see some.
I think somebody asked something in the chat.
Yes, I'm seeing that. Do you want a PowerPoint presentation? Yeah, actually teams prefer to do different things. Like one team, you know, some teams, they just create this Word document, you know, the submission will be a Word document. They just basically went over their Word document. I found some teams very interesting, and I found it very interesting. Some team just use the Navisworks and just say, you know, this is out of 10 clashes we discovered. So they actually navigate the rest of class to where it happens. I think that is even better than just giving a presentation, because when you just show the screenshot, remember that? Yeah, I know that's a clash, but I don't know where it is. I don't know what is the relationship of this clash with the other part of the project. So if you navigate them to that area, so, oh, I got a better sense. This is the underground utility is probably affecting the conveyance system as well as that silo. People will get a better sense. Remember, I showed you guys a video, which is a real meeting going on. And that is how a BIM coordinator will do. So basically we have this day-long meetings, and you as the BIM coordinator, you have to use your keyboard and fly people to the different clashes. That's the only way for people to understand what they're talking about. So I would definitely recommend you guys doing that. If not, presentation, PowerPoint, a Word document, anything will be working. All right. If there's no more question, see you guys next week. All right, see you guys later.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Professor.
Bye.